What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to my Let's Play of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, the PS2 Classic, playing it on a PC emulator. And yesterday, the day before, I beat Charlie Haas, and I beat Bubba Ray Dudley, and I beat Rey Mysterio, and now Kurt Angle says, you know what, you're going to fight them all in a fatal four-way at Vengeance, so that is today's episode. Welcome to Vengeance. Welcome to a fine Friday. The weekend is finally here. And, yeah, gonna chill out and record some videos and have a good time. And hopefully some further wrestling news happens, because it's pretty slim pickings today. Pretty slim.
Vengeance is served. WWE SmackDown live on pay-per-view. Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
I can't wait to get this show started, Cole. I got to see that four-man elimination-style battle royal. None of these guys have an ounce of quit in them.
No titles on the line, just a lot of pride on the part of all four superstars. I think this one could steal the show.
Sure, why not? Let's steal the show. Elsewhere on Vengeance, John Cena defeats Chavo. And also, we have JBL versus Undertaker versus The Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship. Alright, this said Battle Royal, but even though it said Battle Royal, it said pinfalls were on. So, why you've got pinfalls in a Battle Royal, I'll never know. Anyway, I say welcome to a fine Friday. There is a handful of wrestling news to discuss here. I can still do submissions, which is, I guess, good. But he reversed it, so that's good. I escaped. I escaped. Why am I still in the headlock? I don't know. Anyway, news stuff. It seems like the rumors are saying, or the people who were in attendance at a recent NXT taping, is that Ember Moon might have sustained an injury at that taping, and that sucks. Because realistically, who else is going to take the NXT Women's title? Who else is even remotely a contender at this point if Ember Moon is actually hurt? That's not good. But again, there's no confirmation. It's just people who were in attendance said it seemed like a real injury. So I guess, you know, we'll see if there's any follow-up on that story, etc. etc. So there's that. Let's see what else we got. So basically everything else here is not really WWE news. It's a lot of other wrestling news, and one of the things is that Impact and Global Force Wrestling, both of which are run by Jeff Jarrett, are now, you know, the same thing. They're merging. Not that Global Force was ever any, you know, it was never that big. You know, they ran shows here and there, and they had champions, but was never a significant player in, you know, the wrestling industry. Is a thing that Jeff Jarrett started after he was, you know, kind of ousted from TNA. For reasons, and that kind of stuff. So, that's interesting. Also, there was an announcement that they have a partnership with AAA Lucha Libre, which is interesting because AAA has a thing going on with Lucha Underground, which is currently, I think, on hiatus. And, you know, they're looking to film Season 4 or something along those lines. So, there's that part of the equation, but I'm not really sure how that all shakes out with all those different organizations and their partnerships and whatever else. Also, I don't know how to win this match, because apparently pinfalls don't matter. It is a battle royal, but I don't know how to get guys out of the ring. If you know, alright, let's just try doing it. No, see, he just goes into the ropes. I can't hold the button and have him... Yeah, this is weird. Can I make him give up? Nope. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. Charlie Haas, I hate you. So there was a story I didn't talk about yesterday that, oh, slow down there. That, I haven't really heard too much more on, and that is Vader, supposedly, or, well, not supposedly, but Vader collapsing at a show in Japan, that he was working, in the past couple days. And that's not good for a guy who claims to have, you know, only... I can't get pinfalls. Okay, now I know. who claimed his doctor said he only had 2 years left to live, is number one, still working matches, and number two, collapsing in the ring. That seems like definitely not good on a number of accounts. So, dude, just don't die in the ring, please. That's not. Look, I understand. Like, the thing you love to do is wrestling, and you know, damn what the doctors say, you're going to go and do wrestling, but don't subject an audience to that. Seriously. All right, one man down. Is that it, or is that no? It's elimination. So I have to continue. Oh no, Bubba Cutter, or whatever he called it. I don't actually remember. Yeah. So I don't know. I suppose we'll see what goes on with the Vader situation moving forward, but just keep pinning him, Bubba. Eventually he'll get it. That always works. That always works. I don't know. We'll see how that stuff plays out, but here's hoping. Look, Vader needs to get in touch with DDP and get on that yoga. If it saved the life of Jake the Snake and Scott Hall, I'm sure it can work for Big Van Vader. In any event, that's kind of what's going on there. And then some final stuff, like, I suppose, about the whole continuing Paige situation, in that they're saying once she's, you know, done being injured, once she's no longer, you know, a liability, then she's done with at least, you know, what her current contract, which I was gonna say was she was under a deal until like 2019. So they just like say, you know what, we don't want this deal anymore. We're just gonna release you. I'm sure she'd be happy to go elsewhere and work elsewhere with Del Rio, etc., etc. Like, that's not that wouldn't be surprising in the least. And she's still young, so it's wrestling. You always have the chance of, okay, things didn't work out, things got weird. I went somewhere else for, you know, 5 years or, you know, 3 years or whatever, and then I came back and was a bigger star, and again, that's kind of how it should work. Alright, one more, and it's Bubba Ray. Oh! Haas distracted him with the neck over the rope, and then he gets hit with the Salt Shaker, and then Attack Slug goes for the pinfall. Oh! Mysterio! Not cool. Just because I tapped you out. Great. Great! Doing the same thing to me, and I had that. That is some nonsense. That is some nonsense. And I... Really, Bubba Ray? No. How about... No. How about I literally just hit you with the Salt Shaker, and you're not even giving me a 1 count at this point. Video games. You can deal with Haas and... What? What? No! Bubba Cutter! The slow motion was great. The slow motion was great, but here's the part where I might not be able to... Okay. Look, I'm still on the green here, or the blue. So, I don't know what he thinks is gonna happen here with that nonsense, but I'm still reasonably, powerful here. And if you guys, yes, can keep distracting him and I can manage to hit a roll-up, then I'll take it. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's an amazing ending to that match, that I did not expect. And so there you go, Kurt Angle, putting me in that fatal 4-way, was stupid, because I still won it, even though there was no title on the line. I won that Battle Royal. I'm an amazing competitor.
Big ups to all these guys. They all put on one hell of a match. And from the sound of things, I think the crowd agrees with me.
Sure. And I suppose that means we have time for one more, even though I'm all out of wrestling news here, but, you know, we'll have one more match and discuss something, and see how this plays out in the ongoing story back in the locker room. Oh, wait.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is the women's locker room.
I had this weird habit of just wandering in here. They got the signs all mixed up. I don't know, Sable. I'm sorry. I don't want to get beat up by Brock Lesnar. Please don't tell Brock. Oh, man, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I can read. I got eyes, you know, and I sure... No, I'm not going to get into it with Brock Lesnar. Sorry.
I'd say you're paying attention now.
Right. Is she coming on to me at this point? I already have a manager. That already happened. Don't laugh at me. All the men came to see me. All the ladies want to be me. Right. What's gonna go on here with me just lacing my boots or massaging my knee in the locker? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, you're all dressed. Okay. Hi, Sable. I think you made a wrong turn. This is the men's locker room.
Yeah, but you know turnabout's fair play.
I'm not wearing a towel, so it's not quite turnabout.
You look pretty worked up. You're never gonna win tonight with that much tension. Come here and lie down for a minute.
Jeez, man. This era of wrestling was definitely something. Definitely something. I will say that much. Well then, this is happening. All right. Well, this video is gonna get restricted. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks, wrestling. You're like, she's doing like the hover hands.
Ooh,
so like, I
how
just
does that
over the
feel?
back, but not actually. Yeah, it total hover hands. Like, all right, sure. That's really, okay. And 5 seconds later, in bursts Brock Lesnar. I get F5'd, and then I'm dead, basically. Wait, where's Tori Wilson? Good.
Wow. Looks like things are getting pretty hot in there. I guess sometimes nice guys finish first after all. Or at least tense guys do.
Thanks, Taz. And now I fight Mark Jindrak for reasons beyond my understanding, but sure, let's go have that match with Mark Jindrak. Man, there are so many mid-card guys in here that I vaguely even recall. Vaguely. Just like, I've heard the name, I can remember the name, but nothing about the belly-to-belly. Nothing about the gimmick is... Whoa there! Take off the turnbuckle after one move. Should get the ref should have seen that. Stunner. The ref should have seen that, Mark Jindrak. Not cool. You've already started to fill up your dirty meter, which I haven't really done too much with in his series yet, because I'm not really sure how to do it, but whatever. Yeah, there's just a lot of guys from that era that just, I can gloss over because they weren't, you know, super important. And they just kind of, you know, were mid-card guys or low-card guys that just didn't really go anywhere. And it's like, unless you did something incredibly memorable, like, say, Heidenreich and Michael Cole and that whole thing, or like Snitsky and, you know, It's Not My Fault stuff, like, it has to be epically bad for me to actually have any kind of vague, what's with you in the turnbuckles, Jindrak? To vaguely even recall what in the blue hell, you know, they were about. Because just so much of it is just, you know, fluff and not important. And that was when there was way less of it on the air. These days, man, can you think of people, you know, who are growing up in this era, right? And then, like, 10 years from now, it's like, hey, remember Adam Rose? It was like, no, I don't. Because he was there for, like, 5 minutes, and he had that one little bit of, you know, a gimmick, and then he was gone. Like, that's how I think of Mark Jindrak. And he's just taken off every single turnbuckle. Like, he just hates turnbuckles, which is hilarious. I don't understand what the deal with that is, but okay. I think if I just beat 3 other guys, I think I can manage to hopefully put away Jindrak, who is definitely not a main event talent. So it shouldn't be too hard to hit him with, you know, some maneuvers. What a maneuvers, and make that whole shit show happen. I don't know. But in any event, we're just going to stomp on him for a bit here, and then hopefully put away the Jindrak. What? Yeah, this is... So, I want to say in the games I was playing before this, in Here Comes the Pain and in Shut Your Mouth, there was only one button for reversals. I could be wrong. But this game definitely has the whole, well, it's right trigger to reverse grapples, and it's left trigger to reverse punches, which I never liked. And I'm so glad that at least the current modern day games have recognized that that's a dumb way to do things, and it should be one button to reverse everything, and then, you know, that makes the gameplay better. Hurricanrana from Jindrak. How? Oh! Right in the meat and potatoes. Throw him across the ring. Do a taunt. Looking for his peeps. There we go. Alright, Jindrak. Time to hit you with a salt shaker. and hopefully wrap things up. If not, we'll attempt to figure out what the hell button combination is to the torture rack and tap you out. But I think that does it. I think that puts away the Jindrak. And here comes, Chavo. Why is Chavo in here pushing me? Is he friends with Jindrak? Like, what's going on here? Why? Oh, no, he's mad that I pinned... Oh, Sable, okay. I was gonna say he's mad about Mysterio or something? I don't know. Stay away from Sable if you know what's good for you.
Looks like there's some
I mean,
trouble brewing between these
I already have a
superstars.
manager. I already have a Diva manager, so...
That's the problem with tomatoes, Cole.
Tomatoes!
Everywhere they
That's
go,
the trouble with
trouble
tomatoes.
is not far behind.
Thanks, Taz. Again, this game, according to Taz, is all about the tomatoes. Anyway, that will wrap things up for another tomato-filled episode of this show. I am your host, attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day, and I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.